A very good afternoon, sir. My name is Parminder. So today I'll be presenting on the assignment one presentation. So first we'll have a look at the question. So the question is that what are the human resource management problem in offshoring organization, and how can multinational companies in Malaysia design their human resource system to reduce those problems? So first in introduction we will have a look at what is offshoring. So offshoring is actually a strategy which is owned by the multinational companies to expand their business in another nation, as it comes with various kind of benefits like having skilled talents and helps to reduce the cost for the company itself, which is why a lot of multinational companies likes to own the offshoring strategy to expand their business in another nation. So next, we'll have a look at the problems that arise from this offshoring organization. So the first one, we would see that it is talent acquisition and retention. So offshoring organization faces challenges in attracting and retaining skilled talent, particularly in industries like IT, banking line, and also customer service. So high turnover rates and also a competitive environment would make it difficult for the companies to retain talent, which can actually lead to increasing in the cost, also project disruption, and potentially can make the staff feel discontent with the company as the company fails to achieve their goals. So the second problem here would be that in the cultural and communication barrier. So what is basically cultural and communication barrier? It is usually related to linguistic barrier. So offshoring, as we all know, that offshoring involves hiring multicultural staff from different kind of region, and which can actually cause cultural and communication difficulties, and this might lead to misunderstanding and dispute. So basically, linguistic hurdles can also aggravate communication problem and limit the workers from fully understanding one another, and can cause them to be easily frustrated in their workplace on daily basis, as they will have a communication barrier that they can't understand each other language. So the third problem here is that the compliance with local labor law. This one is full and full all about the rules and regulation. So companies that conduct business in other nations, they have to waive a complicated web of labor laws and rules that control the hiring procedure. For an example, in Malaysia, companies will face complex labor laws and rules, like for example in the minimum wage, working hours, employee benefit, and determination procedure. So compliance is actually crucial to avoid legal consequences and reputational damage. So multinational companies must invest their time and resources in understanding the local labor norms and creating policies that can adhere to them. So this will help them to reduce the legal consequences in future from running their organization in different nation. So the fourth problem here would be the employee engagement and motivation. So offshore work can actually be challenging, as it actually requires the multinational company to engage and motivate their workers due to the low status and monotonous task, which can actually lower the morale and job satisfaction of the employee. So additionally, in like extra, we can say that just another point that the employee also may experience isolation, and they also might feel like disengagement from their parent company, which can negatively impact their productivity, and overall organizational result can be impacted due to that itself, because the company would definitely need a good employee force to run and grow in a positive way. So the last problem here falls under the training and development. So we can say that offshore company, it will actually require continuous training and development due to the rapid technological advancement. However, we would say that multinational companies may struggle to provide adequate training programs for their employees, which can actually lead to skill gaps and also increase the turnover. In other hand, we can also say that this can actually worsen the talent retention issues by causing the employees to seek for better opportunities elsewhere. Okay, so next we'll have a look on the suggestion part. So the first suggestion would be that comprehensive talent acquisition strategies. So the multinational company in Malaysia can actually try to apply the comprehensive talent acquisition strategies, where they can actually try to concentrate more on developing a strong employer brand that would emphasize a supportive and inclusive working environment for the employee, provide opportunities for professional advancement, and also work as a dedication for the employee well-being. By doing this kind of steps, they can actually attract and retain their skilled talent for the organization itself. So the second suggestion would be that they can have a look on the cultural competence training. So cultural competence training is actually it also refers as an essential component of HR systems, mainly in a multicultural nation like Malaysia, which address more on the communication and also cultural hurdles. So to assist employees in better understanding and respecting various cultural norms and values, businesses should place a high priority on fostering a varied and also inclusive working environment. So by having a program, for example, like cultural sensitivity and diversity training program, can actually help to promote more on the communication and cultural bonding between the employee, and also can promote a more cohesive and also a cooperative workplace in the organization itself. So the third suggestion would be that they can work on the compliance training and legal resources department part itself, sorry. So in order to stay current with the continuously changing labor rules and regulation in Malaysia, including those pertaining to the minimum wage, working hours, and employee rights, therefore, the multinational company must collaborate with the local HR consultancies or legal experts. This is to help them to reduce the possibility of legal problems by ensuring that their HR practice are completely in line with the regional norms itself. So the fourth suggestion would be that they can also work on the employee engagement initiatives. So multinational company can actually foster an open and transparent feedback culture where the staff members can feel comfortable offering ideas and opinions, so they can be used to increase the employee motivation and engagement in future. As once they get the employee feedback, they can work on it, and they can also use it as a source to motivate and keep the employee engaged with the company or the organization. For example, they can also have like social gathering, team building exercises, or any kind of wellness initiative, which can actually help them to increase the employee engagement itself. So the last suggestion would be that they can also have a look in the investment in training and development part. So to create a workforce that is robust and prepared for the future, training and development expenditures are important. So we will recommend the multinational company to establish programs for continuous learning and development that are also customized according to the need of the local and global business environment. So by doing this, the multinational company in Malaysia may create an efficient HR system, which not only help them to overcome the typical obstacle, but also help them to nurture a vibrant, engaged, and high-performing workforce for the organization itself. So that's all for the suggestion part. So for the conclusion part, we can conclude that offshore strategy for business is actually beneficial, but at the same time, it comes with its own challenges, and it depends on the companies how they would want to overcome and see like have a look on this kind of challenges or problems. So as we know that offshore strategy have its own benefit, that it helps to reduce the expenses, provide access to specialized expertise, increases scalability and competitiveness. These are all the benefit that comes with the offshore strategy for the businesses. So we can say that offshore may be an effective strategy for businesses which are actually looking to reduce their expenses, get access to the specialized expertise and everything. But it comes along with the specific challenges, and we can say that if it is effectively handled, it will definitely help the business to stay competitive and respond more quickly to the changes and the needs of the global market. So that's all from me. Thank you, Sam.